How do you find out if he has evidence?
I'm asking you.
I'm coming. I will answer your question. How do you ask if he has evidence? To send 20 NIB gun-wielding people to go and ask him?
That's not what I'm asking.
I'm asking you, but that's
Richard,
what they have done.
I am asking you. Does he have evidence?
Let me tell you. You asked a question earlier to answer your question of evidence. Already I've told you that you are not expecting Team Forjo to carry a handful of. Well, I'm getting.
That's fine, but I'm asking.
So what evidence are you asking for?
You, as the director of communications for the party, and someone who has been following this matter very closely, you were in his house yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you personally? Yeah. You know, do you have information whether he has the evidence?
So let me ask you that question.
You are not answering my question.
No, I will answer your question.
Let me pause here. Now, you see. Sometimes I find it very difficult to understand why people who have respect, people who have dignity, people who have been, when right? And when you see them, you would accord them with some maximum of respect. But then the moment they open their mouth to talk, I'm sure, said you send your own janaya and bathroom, now you should the washroom. Now call what you now will shine. The way I know time. If you had the Nipam say be moved now, now show Mumu in your chance, Adam. Because I don't get it why a rational human being, Papa, Oko Ekono Befia, Nembahu friend daddy. Simple question. Adie way a koko and a tuntum. Or say Dabi, I didn't tell him say, Adie way no, or now wouldn't the Masa, eye koko and eye tuntum. Simple. Eye koko, eye tuntum. Monshadi we namu eye nam fofra bedwaso. Wa we Ghana ni bia wonum ye ode. Mo a mo pesuya no kona ko pebi na tonawe. Ye friend spicy meat. Very nice pa, very very nice. Me di omo number no ebe to etira we eye de pepper wom na we de ema kakra. Obi a we ni je ho no kona ko pebi we. Me bisa o say we Moko obeka se dabi. We moko obeka se I. Why? Because I know. Adi ede. I ede. Because Maribida. Chairman. Simple question. Ena I say why? Ena say why dien? Ena say why? A whole lot of excuses. Just because you want to do and justify the fact to say, dear in team Forjo, yeah. You see, I have another video I'll be posting, so I wouldn't want to dig deep into that conversation. But notwithstanding, let me stand on just the fact that Sewaa, and credit to Sewaa for that. At least if we are getting some kind of journalist like this, trying to hold people they interview to their words and practice the kind of journalism by getting right information from people. And Kayan Central for no one needs a Wulu say do a TV show. Because this is disgusting. Honestly speaking, if you look at this man speaking, even we a politician crying say, you feel a bit disgusting that why do we have some people among us? And when you look at the man, Charlie, some gentle or nothing and the says I said to you. Because you can see say the same thing on an SNL. Oh, looking very nice and gentleman. But listening to him, any the way I know, because at some point in time he was like, why do you need in Team Forjo to go and carry some of the cocaine to come and show you people that, oh, are you for real? Are you for real? And most of them, when you listen to the allegations, they try to equate whatever Sami Fit talked about in the past. And like, I didn't know, to counter whatever the NDC might have done in the past. I also feel say the time has come for we to pay them the same coin. They are not respecting the honor, the integrity of our country. These people have taken an oath to serve this country, to honor this country. In fact, these people have benefited from the name Ghana. But look at the way they are denigrating the name Ghana. It is sad. And sometimes, you see, I am trying so much hard to be a gentleman, to come in a different way, to package whatever I've been doing. But we will know. Anyway, Mummy share video no to us. Na fa comment brass. You didn't rap the fellow Ghanaians. Konako follow to my YouTube channel and let's support what we do. I'll always be coming live to give you some of this, interesting analysis about some of the videos that trend on social issues and political issues. The name still remains Rap the fellow Ghanaians. Share video no. Don't go share video no. We ni nyanseni a omugu kromu ya no ma ye say omo no omo som ye man you. We mu. Munhwere muntie no. Muntie.
How do you find out if he has evidence?
I'm asking you.
I'm coming. I will answer your question. How do you ask if he has evidence? To send 20 NIB gun-wielding people to go and ask him?
That's not what I'm asking.
I'm asking you, but that's Richard, what they have done.
I am asking you. Does he have evidence?
Let me tell you. You asked a question earlier to answer your question of evidence. Already I've told you that you are not expecting Team Forjo to carry a handful of. Well, I'm getting.
That's fine, but I'm asking.
So what evidence are you asking for?
You, as the director of communications for the party, and someone who has been following this matter very closely, you were in his house yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you personally? Yeah. Do you have information whether he has the evidence?
So let me ask you that question.
You are not answering my question.
No, I'll answer your question. I think I've answered your question.
Does he have evidence?
I've answered your question, but if you're asking an unfair question, it should be turned to you so you can answer it. The question you are asking me is an unfair question. Are you expecting that in Team Forjo to fetch a sample of the cocaine and show anybody?
That's not what I'm asking.
The evidence he has is that.
Does he have evidence of the allegations that he's making?
You have agreed that he cannot bring sample of the cocaine or notes from the plane, okay? So we agree that he cannot do that. Now, the evidence you are looking for is the inconsistency and the lack of purpose of that flight here in our country. Now, Kwachi Fosu said that the N8223 AM flight, which started the conversation here on the 20th or so of March, that flight was on its way somewhere. It was traveling, going someplace. Are you with me? The plane was not destined for Ghana. Its destination was not Ghana.
Okay.
Let me just split this. Quickly, the N823 AM flight. Felix Kwacho Fosu says that flight was not destined to come to Ghana. Its destination was not Ghana. It was going somewhere. And somehow, it felt that it needed refueling, which is questionable to begin with. Because if you're an airplane taking off, you calculate the distance from where you are going and how much fuel you need. So where were they going? And they didn't know how much fuel they need.
But airlines stop for refueling all the time.
I'm saying that it's only emergency situations. But I'm just saying that wherever they were going, Felix says that they got up there and they were tired, okay? And they wanted to rest.
He didn't say
That's what they said. They said they landed here for crew rest.
He said when they landed.
No.
He didn't say when they were up there, they got tired.
How would they decide that they were tired? They
got crew rest happens in this country all the time.
But I'm saying that he's saying that that flight was not coming to Ghana. But somehow they were tired and they thought they needed refueling. Okay? And so they landed here. And upon landing, they burst a tire. And then also they realized that their landing gear was faulty. Okay?
Richard, you haven't answered my question.
I've answered your question, except you are looking for, you are looking to draw a blood off a stone. It's impossible.
But
I have asked you the question.
Let's not do a back and forth because of our audience, else they won't follow the conversation.
They are following the conversation. You are asking an unfair question.
How is it unfair?
I'll ask you, do you expect in Team Forjo to bring a handful of cocaine as evidence?
That's not what I'm asking you.
So what are you expecting to be evidence?
That's what I'm asking you.
What are you expecting a reasonable evidence to be? What are you expecting evidence to be?
So please, if you will allow me, you as a member of the party, in very close relation with Reverend Team Forjo, I'm asking you, does he have any information that we do not know as Ghanaians?
He has given you the information he has.
From all the information that he has, you believe that he has compellable evidence?
But you should determine unless you say otherwise.
All right.
But I'm telling you, no. You see,
quickly, I need to bring
you you can go. But the point is that an aircraft leaves its destination to come here. Okay? But first, Kwachio Fosu tells us that it wasn't coming here, it was going somewhere else. But what we have learned is that the aircraft was destined to come to Ghana. It stayed in Ghana 5 days and left. Another aircraft came, supposedly, according to Felix Kwachi, that was coming to deliver some parts to it and whatnot. And after it delivered the parts, it went out of Ghana. And then that flight came back to Ghana. Felix didn't tell us that. So there's demonstrable inconsistency in the narrative, which is a basis enough A government that is focused on fighting illicit financial flows and drug trafficking should take interest in that tip-off to say that, please, let's find out if there's something there. Look, it's not going to cost the government anything other than what they're already doing to investigate and fight that crime. The crime, illicit financial flows and drug trafficking is fought based on suspicion. Nobody goes and carry cocaine and say, look, this is cocaine I found. It's based
Jimina and Americano, Jimina and Americano, Jimina make a video. Jimina make a video. Yeah,
You see this guy?
Oh my God! Wait. I love you. Bye-bye.